Hello everyone, and this is my reaction to the finale of Frieren Beyond Journey's End. The tone shift over there was because I was sad because this anime is finally gonna reach its end for now. Can't believe the first season is finally gone after all this time. Last time, the third exam actually did happen. I thought it was not gonna happen this season because there were only 2 episodes left. But Zeria showed up and is turning it into a very quick third exam where she'll just examine them and use her intuition to decide if they pass or fail. Frieren said her intuition is never wrong. But before that, we had to fix Fern stuff that got broken in the previous test. Frieren first said to buy another one because they're harder to fix. But Fern didn't want that. She wanted that staff because it was the staff that Heiter gave them. Eventually, Fern went to Richter to get it fixed. And then the third test. So the ones who failed, the ones whose names I know are Kana, the other guy who was on Adel's team, Sharf, Ere, and then Frieren. She showed up because Frieren was an anomaly and she had to meet it with another anomaly. There was a first class mage over there, the first one there, who was able to notice that Frieren was suppressing her mana. But Zeria said that the only person who should be able to know that is the Demon King until he showed up. I'm not exactly sure what Zeria was trying to imply with that, but it seemed like she was suppressing her own mana as well. And nobody has ever been able to pick up on it. That was until Fern showed up. And Zerias then saw the promise in Fern, and she became the first person to pass this year. Our new first class mage is Fern, not Frieren, Fern. Zeria failed Frieren actually, and I think it's only because she didn't like the feel of a flower spell. I'm not exactly sure what Zeria was trying to find in a mage. Maybe a mage that strives for more and more magical power to want to become the best mage there is, the most powerful mage there is. And she was not too big a fan of Lama and Frieren's approach. They cared more about defeating their enemy than being a more powerful mage. That's just a guess. I'm not exactly sure what Zarya was thinking. That's just my guess. But anyway, enough talking. So before that, I'd like to give a small hint at the show I'll be doing after this. Try and guess what I'll be doing next. Alright, enough about that. Time to watch the finale of this show. Of this amazing show. I hope you enjoyed my reaction to this last episode of Frieren Season 1. Please leave a like on the video if you do. Share your thoughts in the comments down below. And subscribe to my channel for more from me. And if you want to watch me react to Season 2 of Frieren when it finally comes. Alright then guys. Time to get started. I just now noticed in the opening how at first her hair is like let loose and then after a bit it's tied up here.
Dankin, the Imperial Mage.
Hello.
I know all about you. I wish that I'd met you when you were still young.
Oh, that's
Dankin.
Denki.
When you first walked in, you considered how you would fight me.
Ah.
I did, but only for a moment.
The fire remains. And so you pass.
Oh!
Most people are too afraid to fight me even in their heads.
Oh, nice. Ooh, well, this is what I want to know about.
You've passed the test.
I thought so. I saw that coming.
Is this a joke?
Ah, she noticed immediately.
You're taking the first class mage exam. You really couldn't be bothered to set foot on the testing grounds?
The real me has made an appearance, in case that is a requirement for passing.
I'm not so easily deceived. Your actual body never left your hometown.
Oh, what?
I hope you're enjoying that cup of tea.
Oh, wow! Wow.
How impressive.
You have tremendous nerve. You pass.
Oh, wow. Verbal.
You're Virgil, captain of the Northern Magic Corps. You realized a battle with me would be pointless, but that wasn't a judgment made out of fear.
If I were the type to pick fights I can't win, I wouldn't have even made it to second class.
What's your favorite spell?
Spells aren't to be liked or disliked. Magic's a tool for killing.
You like him?
Pass. Next. What did you think when you saw me?
Well, I thought you were very small and very adorable.
Hmm?
This year's test takers are a different breed altogether. You pass.
Oh wow, oh. Why is she passing her? She passed a lot of people.
My apologies. It does seem we have a bumper crop.
Frieren. Who knows how far I would have made it without you and your protege. Thanks to you, I can finally visit a certain grave up north.
Okay, they're going their separate ways. From bagels and cookies. Bagels and cookies.
I think I'd like
Grandpa. You're still calling him Grandpa. Wait, are those bagels or are those pretzels? I'm not really sure. No, they're pretzels. My bad.
Have a few, young man.
Right. Appreciate it, old timer.
What is this anyway?
Who's he?
That's Mr. Denkin. He's an Imperial mage.
I wasn't blessed with children or grandchildren.
Oh,
I passed away when I was in my mid-20s.
is that the grave you want to go see?
The poor girl was sickly from the day we met. Her father was a frontier noble of the northern plateau and had been defeated in a political dispute. Soon Seria established the Continental Magic Association and began offering the privilege. But it was too late. My wife had just passed.
Oh,
I never felt so powerless in my life. There is something I'd like you to tell your master, that I had long forgotten how joyful magic can be, but she gave me a firm reminder.
You should tell her that yourself.
yeah.
I'm certain she would be happy to hear it.
Perhaps you're right. I'll do that.
Yeah, you should.
I'm surprised at you. I thought you were a member of Himmel's party.
You think there's a certain way I should act, yes? Your actions have been more surprising than mine.
Why so?
That you tried to kill Fern's party during the first test. Fern was quite upset. She said you'd kick a puppy.
Actually,
All I did was threaten them. Though looking back, if I had taken one of those lives, I might have been doing the world a favor. I protect, but I also try to help when I can. Any place and anybody. My goal is to lighten the load of people in need.
Why's that?
My childhood was dominated by tales of Himmel the hero. As a kid, I would sink my teeth into every adventure story that made it my way. But the village elders were never as interested in those stories of swords as I was. They'd talk about how he defeated the monsters that attacked the village, or how he once guarded some merchant, or how he helped little old ladies carry their groceries.
Oh,
Those tales were nothing significant, just boring favors. That's what I thought anyway.
you were just a kid.
Their eyes lit up bright, as thrilled by these small deeds as I was by the great ones.
Oh,
Sure enough, the Thousand Mirror Tower, Uza, the Hell Emperor Dragon, even the Demon King, none of them meant as much as home.
oh man.
Home keeps your hands too full to worry about that kind of stuff.
And all that to say,
That the small stuff counts just as much. Himmel's less exciting adventures are what guided me here.
I think Frieren already knows that. Because she got to experience that herself. That was nice chat over there.
We should waste no time in defeating the Demon King. What point is there in helping people in such insignificant ways?
They are insignificant, I suppose.
Huh?
Deeds like these will not change lives,
Then?
but people need help, and I cannot turn my back on those right in front of me.
it turns out the world was changed after all.
With people like
We're going to be granted our privileges
verbal.
tonight, and apparently we're each allowed to bring guests. It's once in a lifetime, so we should all go.
She doesn't want to talk to Zeria.
Don't look so excited. Miss Frieren has been banned. Mistress Zedia's orders.
Of
She's
course.
barred from all Continental Magic Association facilities for the next 1,000 years. That's quite a steep punishment when there wasn't a crime.
It can't be helped. I've gotten on her bad side, and that's where I'll stay. Zedia is truly the world's oldest child. It's not as if I came here of my own accord anyway. I shall wait outside.
Zeria. Oh well, guess Frieren will ask to talk to her by herself.
I have no doubt. In this era, Fern will become a mage even more famous than me.
It's not like you're actually trying to become famous.
The way you're looking at me, you see the fluctuations in my mana. You are tremendously skilled, but this peaceful era doesn't suit you, does it?
Not in the slightest. I am an old-fashioned mage who knows painfully little outside the realm of battle. It's no secret I am soon to return to dust, and when I die, so will some proof of my mistress's existence. I don't want her to be alone in the future, so I'll leave a legacy to keep her company. Infamy must suffice, as being the mage who killed the legendary Frieren won't elicit kind remarks from generations to come.
You're not serious, are you? You gotta be kidding me. No way. No, don't do this. Oh, he got a hit on you.
I request a duel, Miss Frieren.
I am not going to fight you. Mages who only know how to fight are simply horrid at the softer things. There's really no need for history to remember you.
Ah,
Zedia will do a fine job of that. That small field of flowers was conjured by magic.
Yes, and your point is?
That you use my master's favorite spell. You told me that you found it foolish and useless.
yeah. So why?
I remember each and every one. I always choose my students on a whim, yet their personalities and favorite spells are carved into my mind. Frieren, as pitiful as most prove to be, I've never regretted taking them on,
Oh,
even if they didn't become the legends I foresaw.
It's a pity she can't tell her own students how she truly feels.
to be fair, you're not the best at that either. Or maybe it wasn't you. I think I'm confused with me, someone else.
We are horrid at the softer things, aren't we? That is true of the both of us.
Both you and Zeria.
Sorry, kiddos. I'm afraid I can't play this time.
Hey, Stark, how about some breakfast on the house?
Thanks, but I already ate.
Mr. Stark?
Oh, you become quite popular. I'd like to know why.
The warrior is a long and treacherous.
You again.
Walk it with care.
Wow, Mr. Stark, people love you everywhere you go.
Think so?
By the way, Fern, what spell did you end up asking for?
What, can you not tell?
Your clothes are so clean, they look new.
It's a spell that removes stains and cleans clothes down to the stitch. It's going to make doing laundry a breeze.
Zeria must not have liked that one bit.
Mistress Zedia didn't seem quite as happy with my selection, though.
I'm sure. Knowing her.
I believe it. Serves her right.
Oh, those two.
Oh, they're here.
Hey there, you two.
Frieren! We just wanted to say thank you. We may not have been fully prepared this time around, but we have 3 years to train for the next one.
I'll see you later.
Right. See you.
Okay. Well, there they go.
Kept that farewell rather short and simple, just like you did with Zion.
I know.
And with Croft.
And the journey continues, as they say.
It's funny, Himmel. You always bid such quick goodbyes.
And that's strange.
It's more like a break in character. It may have just been a side job, but we spent 2 weeks traveling with him.
Think of all the laughs we shared. We drank with the fellow practically every night.
You corrupt priest.
You,
You have a point.
he's still the same as ever.
But I'm not retiring soon.
Ending song.
besides, it would be embarrassing when we met again.
That's it, huh? For now. Next episode, Northern Lands, I'm guessing. There's Ison. Where they found Flammer's notes at the very beginning. These two. Oh, they found him. Those, yes. I like the characters that we met in this arc. Oh, that guy's also okay. Rubel. Hey, Kraft. There you are, Zine. Have you found your friend yet? What's that? Himmel's grave, maybe?
It would be embarrassing when we met again.
What is that supposed to mean?
It would be embarrassing. The journey to end continues. So that's it, huh? And that's Frieren. Done. For now. What an incredibly beautiful anime this was. Definitely something more and more people should watch. It was absolutely beautiful. It's not something action junkies will probably like. It didn't have too much action, but the stuff it did had was pretty amazing. But that's not where the show shined the best. Like, just the characters in general, making them feel so human, making them feel so relatable, full of faults, full of things that they may have thought of in their childhoods, and how they learned better as they got a bit older. There were so many characters, and a lot of them had a good amount of substance to them to make them feel very human in this fantasy world. Like, they didn't just feel like characters in another anime I was watching, even though that was exactly where they are. They felt like actual people. I'm not really sure how to describe too much of the things I saw. Most of it was kind of self-explanatory, and most of it is something that you can only understand after watching it yourself. But I'm probably going to give this anime a rewatch at some time just to go over a lot of the tiny details, because I can't pick up everything on the first watch. I have to watch it at least another time to notice some things. And sometimes when I watch anime again, I notice a lot of things that I didn't notice the first time. Maybe I'll get someone to watch it with me, and maybe then I'll see things and appreciate it a lot better than I currently do. So now let's talk about the episode. First, let's go over the test takers after Fern. So first was Denkin. Zeria was impressed that Denkin actually considered battling her, and so she passed him. I was not actually sure if he would pass. Next was Ubel. I kind of guessed that she would pass, and then after that was Land. Turns out every single iteration of him that we saw since the beginning was a clone. Not a single one of him was the actual him. He was still back in his hometown. He never even left it. He sent a clone all the way to Oysers to take the exam. I didn't expect that. I didn't expect the entire time to be a clone and that his actual body was still over there. Wow. But she passed him anyway. Then Verbal came. And Zeria seemed to like the answer he gave about what his favorite spell was. He didn't list a particular spell. He just said magic was a tool for killing. And she liked that answer. Then Metoda. She thought Zeria looked kind of adorable, and then she passed her, I guess. Okay, after that, I'm not really sure what Zenza's criteria is for passing and failing some of these people. Kana and Era kind of got, or maybe it was if they were scared of them or not. But then there was Frieren, who got on Zeria's bad side, and she didn't like that very much, so she fails. Fern, Denkin, Ubel, Land, Verbal, Metoda. So 6 people passed this time. Out of 12 who took the exam, 6 passed. That was probably a lot more than what Zeria was expecting. But yep, we have more promising candidates this time. And then so it was just saying our goodbyes before we all left. I liked a lot of the characters that we got this time, particularly Duncan. I think he might have been my favorite new character in this arc. He was just the character I agreed with the most in a lot of things that was happening. And when he fought Frieren in the first test, he didn't do so with any sense of ego in mind. He knew exactly how powerful Frieren was, and he knew exactly that she was going to be probably the toughest opponent he has ever fought. And Frieren just outclassed him like it was nothing. And then there was Ubel, who has a very different approach to using magic. She's a more instinctual mage than a studious mage. She feels the spell out. I'm pretty sure Zeria noticed that straight away, and Ubel was wondering. I'm not sure what Ubel was thinking, but Zeria liked it and passed her straight away. But I didn't expect Lan to not even show up over there. And then the talk that Verbal had with Frieren, I didn't think that would happen. We already knew that he was from the northern lands. And then he talked about the small tales that the people in his home talked about him as a hero. And it was not until afterwards that he found out why they appreciated those tales so much. At that age, it's so easy to take for granted the stuff you have. It's not until much later that you learn just how lucky you were. So now they say goodbye to the magical city, and Fern's privilege was a spell that makes it easier to clean clothes. Zeria was not happy with that. Oh, so then the first class mage, Lernan. I think they mentioned before that he was the one who made the escape golems that they had in the second test. So he was afraid that his legacy would be, that his existence was going to be forgotten after he died. Or yeah, something about him was going to be forgotten. And out of the desperation, he tried to think of some way where he could be remembered. He thought being the mage who defeated Frieren was going to be something. So he offered to fight Frieren, and Frieren told her that Zeria will be able to remember him and make sure that he is not forgotten. Zeria then told Frieren that she doesn't regret teaching any of her apprentices, not even the ones who turned out to be failures like Flamma and so many of the other ones. She remembers every single one of them, including what their favorite spells were. That's kind of interesting. So she actually does remember a lot of them. I'm sure she's not going to forget Fern either, as maybe being the first person to see through her fluctuations, because that made her pretty happy. They also mentioned how a bad habit it is for people to not say what's on their minds. They did that before with Ison and the steaks as a birthday present. Stark thought Ison never celebrated his birthday or never gave him a birthday present, but the Hamburg steaks were actually the birthday present. Stark didn't know about that until Frieren actually told him. Ison assumed Stark could guess, but he never could. Ison had to tell Stark about it, but he never did that and he never knew. We had to tell people these things, otherwise they won't get it. And sometimes we just don't do that. I know I'm also guilty of that sometimes. But yep, just more proof of how human the characters in this anime are and why it's so amazing. Alright, that's the end of this done. Thank you for watching my reaction to this absolutely amazing and beautiful anime. And I will see you all when season 2 drops. Bye everyone.